Stories are a scaffolding of our lives. They hold us up, define us, and sometimes even trap us. But what happens when these stories are written by someone else? When the narrative we live isn't ours to tell? Take A Thousand Splendid Suns, for instance. Mariam, born as an illegitimate child in 1950s Afghanistan, grows up yearning for her father's love, a love that was always conditional. When her mother dies tragically, Mariam is forced into a marriage with Rashid, a much older man. At first, he seems kind, but his true nature emerges when Mariam suffers multiple miscarriages. Rashid's abuse becomes her reality, her story rewritten by his cruelty. Years later, Layla enters Mariam's life. Layla is everything Mariam is not. Young, educated, and full of hope. But war tears Layla's world apart when a rocket kills her parents and leaves her pregnant with her childhood love, Tariq's child. Believing Tariq is dead, she marries Rashid to survive. The two women, bound by a shared oppressor, start as adversaries but grow into allies. Together, they rewrite their stories in defiance of Rashid's tyranny. In the end, it is Mariam who sacrifices everything to give Layla and her children a chance at freedom. But here's the catch. Even in freedom, Layla carries Mariam's story with her, a story of endurance and sacrifice that shapes her future. In Sapiens, Yuval Noah Harari reveals humanity's superpower, our ability to believe in shared fictions. Unlike other animals, humans can cooperate in massive numbers because we invent myths, stories about gods, nations, money, and rights. These fictions don't exist in the physical world, yet they shape everything we do. Harari explains how the cognitive revolution allowed Homo sapiens to dominate Earth by creating grand narratives that unite strangers. Empires rise because people believe in flags. Economies thrive because we trust in currencies. Religions endure because we agree on sacred texts. But here's the paradox. While these stories enable cooperation, they also create division. Borders, hierarchies, and wars, all born from the same human imagination. And yet, Harari asks us a haunting question. Are we happier because of these stories? The agricultural revolution gave us cities but took away our freedom as hunter-gatherers. The scientific revolution brought progress but also existential uncertainty. Perhaps the stories we tell ourselves are prisons disguised as triumphs. Finding Paradise takes Harari's idea further. What if we could rewrite our personal stories? In this game, you follow two doctors who grant dying patients their last wish by altering their memories. Colin Reeds, their latest patient, doesn't ask for fame or fortune. He simply wants his life to feel complete. As you explore Colin's memories, you uncover his regrets, lost opportunities, unspoken words, and see how his life was shaped by choices he didn't make. The doctors rearrange his past to create a new narrative where he achieves his dreams. But here's the twist. Colin's rewritten story is just another fiction. It's beautiful, but false. A paradise built on lies. Like Harari's Sapiens, Finding Paradise reminds us that our lives are shaped by stories, whether they are told by society or by ourselves. And then there's Inside, a game that strips storytelling down to its barest bones. You play as a nameless boy navigating a dystopian world where humans are controlled by unforeseen forces. The boy moves through grim factories and laboratories filled with lifeless bodies, silent witnesses to an oppressive system. There are no words, no explanations, only the haunting realization that you have been watched and manipulated at every turn. In the game's climax, the boy merges with this horrifying creature in an attempt to escape the facility. But even then, freedom is an illusion. The outside world is just another cage. And what happens when humanity disappears? Ray Bradbury's There Will Come Soft Rains imagines a future where our stories continue without us. In this short story, an automated house goes about its daily routines, cooking meals, cleaning rooms, even though its owners have been obliterated by nuclear war. The house recites poetry about nature's indifference to human extinction. There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and no one will know of the war. Bradbury shows how technology preserves our narratives long after we are gone, but also highlights its fertility. Like Harari's Sapien, Bradbury questions whether our progress is meaningful or just another illusion. In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams turns the universe into a cosmic joke, a place where meaning is elusive and absurdity reigns supreme. At its heart, the story is about Arthur Dent, an ordinary man who discovers that Earth is about to be demolished to make way for a hyperspatial express route. His personal crisis over losing his house becomes laughably insignificant when the entire planet faces destruction. Yet, this absurd escalation mirrors how we often grapple with existential uncertainty, magnifying the trivial while ignoring the cosmic. At the heart of the novel's exploration of illusory reality is the revelation that Earth itself is not what it seems. Earth is revealed as a supercomputer built to find the ultimate question. Its destruction, proving humanity's existence, was just code in a cosmic program. The infinite probability drive further blurs reality, warping the universe into endless possibilities where whales materialize mid-air and planets are custom-built on demand. Even the guide, filled with half-truths and absurdities, mirrors how human narratives shape our perceived reality, proving existence might be less a fact than a collective fiction. Yet Adams turns existential dread into dark comedy. The answer of life, 42, is meaningless without context, and characters like Marvin the robot stew in a holistic awareness of this cosmic joke. The message? If reality is an illusion, panic is pointless. Embrace the absurdity. The guide's mantra, "Don't panic," becomes survival philosophy. Laugh at the chaos, find wonder in improbability, and remember the universe is strange enough to make even illusions worth experiencing. What ties these stories together is their shared question: who gets to write our lives? Mariam and Layla fought to reclaim their narratives from oppression. Colin rewrote his past to find peace. The boy in Inside struggled against forces beyond comprehension. And Bradbury's house kept telling stories even after humanity vanished. We craft realities like spiders spin silk. Hitchhiker's Guide's infinite probability drive made metaphors. Does it matter if the road is real, if it's the only map we have? There will come soft rains. Ask the wrong question. It's not will nature outlast us, but will our stories?